Alright, so I'm gonna give you a quick overview of what I think about the Gotham Knights game. So I know there's a lot of bad rap out there for it right now. So I'm gonna, leave that stuff aside and kind of give you my overview of what I think about it. Um, so I'm gonna jump into the game and kind of talk about it a little bit, but all right. So we're gonna start with the stuff I did not like. Um, so some of the things I did not like were kind of the movement of the game. So it does get kind of like choppy. So like it says they have parkour, but there really is no parkour. So like, you know, I can't just jump. Like I'm hitting X right now. I can't just jump unless I'm like jumping towards something. Um, so like I can jump on this, but like I can't just regularly jump whenever I want to. Um, the actual grapple is pretty nice. I mean, that's pretty smooth and works pretty nice. So like I was just trying to get down just now, and it kind of took a second. I was pressing X, and it wasn't really, going anywhere. You can't hold X, and you like vault over stuff, which is kind of nice. But overall, I think they could have done a better job at the actual movement of the game. And then the other thing that I did not really like was kind of the menus. Actually, in the Belford building, it's not bad, but actually, let me see if I can. We're gonna jump in the. I said Belford. That's completely wrong. But when you go back here, I do feel like it is like the menus here are pretty nice because you can just walk around and go to like your gear and then the board with all the missions and stuff like that. So I do think that part is nice. Just walking here, and then you said you use workbench, and then you jump into like your crafting and stuff like that. But the actual menus of when you're like switching between all of this, I think could have been better. For instance, when I'm in my gear and I select a suit and then go to crafting, I feel like there's always different crafting down here. So, and actually, I just got a different suit that I did not have before. But yeah, so it's just a little bit confusing on how it works with the crafting and everything. So let's cover some things that I do like about the game. So I think the customization is pretty good. Um, it's pretty nice that you can go into like your gear here, and there's a bunch of different costumes. I think there's like 13 per person. Um, Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, styles. So you have a bunch of different costumes. Looks like I unlocked a couple more. So this one's pretty sick. So some of them you can customize and some of you can't. So as you see, these two I cannot customize, but this first one I can. So I can go in a colorway and change the colors of it, which is pretty cool. And everything that you do, like, actually change the look of what's happening, which is nice, unlike some other games I shouldn't mention, Avengers. Um, so yeah, you can change like your gloves, your boots. Oh, that's pretty sick. the symbol, your hat. So yeah, so I really like that aspect that like everything's customizable. So now I actually like the way I'm looking now. That's pretty sick. So yeah, so that aspect of it is pretty cool. So I can go into like the let me go back to gear and then go to loadout, and if I go to ranged, the actual like battering changes based on which one I'm selecting. So I really like the aspect that like, everything changes. That's super sick. So yeah, so let's check out the combat real quick. I'm just gonna find somewhere. Actually, here's a armored truck. It's pretty close by. Oh, I didn't even look how to do my travel power. So I'm not sure how that works. Oh, and I'm here. Didn't mean to do that. So I really love the slow-mo finishes. I didn't even look at the bonus. I didn't do the bonus at all. I really love the slow-mo finishes. Like normally like the last guy you kill, it always has like a slow-mo finish. There's a ton of them too, because I don't think I've seen the same one. I think I might have seen the same one twice now, but it's pretty different every time. So I love that there's different finishes, and they do like the slow-mo at the end, which is pretty sick. But the combat's pretty nice. So as far as the combat goes, you have your just regular, and then you have like your heavy attacks. If you hold, you'll do a heavy attack. And it's kind of nice because as you're fighting, it's not just like the same combo over and over again. It kind of changes it up, just kind of based on how you're coming at the guy. And then you also have the ranged attack, but you also can hold it and do a strong range attack. So you kind of have like combos with ranged, and you can kind of just throw them in as you're fighting. So I forgot to mention that you can also hold L2 and do your range attack. Probably can't hit this person this far away, but which is pretty cool. And then you have your powers. So your powers are when you hold R1, you have the powers. So you have a hold, and then you have a regular. So I have an X power, and then I have a hold X power. And you can see those in the abilities under momentum here. So you see like the little tree there. So you get a hold X, so you get 8 in total, all the way around, which is pretty cool. And I didn't know I got this one. Oh, that's pretty sick. I could create a drone. So I did watch one video that kind of made this, like, because a lot of people are trying to compare it to like Arkham Knight's like Batman game, but this one's more ability focused than the actual combat. So like the combat's nice, but I do like that you get a lot of abilities to be able to throw in there. So I do think that's a pretty cool thing. And then also the other things that I like about it is like the kind of just the concept of being a vigilante. So like go and hide out like during the day, and you come out at night, and you can stop premeditated crimes that you can find clues from, and like interrogating different people. Or you can actually just see like crimes happening randomly as you're just driving around and stop them. Um, there's a bunch of them. I think I've done like the same kind twice or maybe three times now, but there's a huge variety of different types of crimes that happen. I think I watched one video that said there's like 50 different ones that happen. So, it's kind of nice that there's a huge variety. Once again, unlike other games, Avengers. Um, and the fact that it's two-player co-op, open world, superhero game, like that's really cool because that's kind of what I've always been wanting. It's just like something you can kind of just fight crime and then do missions, and like the story's pretty interesting. So I don't know. I think it's a good game. I think it's a good move. It's pretty fun. I know a lot of people are giving a lot of bad hype around it, but I definitely think it's I don't know. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts.